Hey, Fight fans, welcome to a very special virtual press conference live from the Golden Boy building here in downtown Los Angeles. I'm Adriana Jimenez, and I'm truly excited to be joined by the fighters from Golden Boy's end of the year grand finale only on DAZN. The undefeated Zurdo Ramirez continues his quest for 51-0 as he takes on tough Cuban challenger Yuneski Gonzalez live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, Texas. This thrilling card is presented by Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions, and tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com, so do not miss it. All right, let's start this off by going to Houston, Texas, as we're being joined by the fighter opening up the DAZN broadcast, the WBC Flyweight World Champion Marlen Esparza, as she defends her world title for the first time against the seasoned former WBA World Champion Anabel Avispa Ortiz. Champ, it's great to see you again, and I want to emphasize that. Champ, world champion. Talk to me about how special that is for you after all the hard work, blood, sweat, and tears to be a world champion.
Uh, it's I can die happy. I'll tell you that right now. In fact, it's funny that you started with champ thing or the champ thing because people have called me champ for a long time, except I've never been an actual pro world champion. So I remember my coach kept telling people, "Don't call her that." Getting ready for the fight, don't call her that. Don't call her that. She's not a champ. She's not a champ. And I was like, "What?" And it finally clicked where it's like, "Yeah, I actually haven't done that yet." And I knew it was serious. It was the most important thing. It's the most important thing to me. I was dreaming about this since I was a kid, since I was 12 years old. So to be able to put it all together and kind of make it, reality it solidifies myself, to be honest with you. So now it's the best thing ever. I can die happy.
Well, congratulations, champ. You put up a great fight, and now you're going to be defending this title for the very first time in your hometown state of Texas. How special is that for you to, go back to Texas and give the fans a great show?
It's massive because they originally had told me it was going to be in California. So I was, used to that. I didn't expect to get anything in Houston or in Texas, to be honest, anytime soon. So the fact that they brought back that San Antonio was going to be the location, I was more than excited, because people have been wanting to get to where I am and watch me fight live. But there's so many people in Texas that support me. It's difficult for a lot of people to fly out and leave state and financially just be there. So for me right now, it's a good feeling to be able to finally show what I can do in person to a lot of people that have been supporting me for years and years and years. So I'm excited about it. It's going to be fun.
We're excited too for this defense. You're taking on a former world champion in Annabelle Ortiz. What kind of fight are you expecting?
I'm expecting a good fight. I had to come off of COVID and I didn't want to, take someone that didn't have any fights or someone who's like, not a quality opponent because I don't think that's something I need to do. I need to challenge myself all the time, and I'm a world champion. I don't think taking on easier opponents is a good idea, and I really wanted the challenge. So I think it's going to be a great fight. I don't think anybody's gonna. I don't think anybody's gonna be let down, considering all my performances are extreme. I think this is going to be the same. It's going to be a battle, and it's going to be great. I respect her a lot. She has a lot of experience. Been working hard for it, and I'm just glad that I decided to choose someone that, or fight with somebody who's capable, and I really want to see, what I can do. It's gonna be fun.
For your opponent in Annabelle Ortiz, she hasn't lost in 9 years. Her only defeat has been Sinisa Estrada, someone that you know very well. You have a history, may I even say rivalry. Are you expecting, or do you want to put up a victory that makes a statement? Do something that maybe Sinisa wasn't able to do to her.
I think every boxer wants to do that in this situation. But to be honest, if my mind were to even go there, I think it would be a negative thought. I'm really just trying to be Marlen Esparza and do what I need to do. Sinisa does her, I do myself, and and we deliver the way we deliver. I try to make a statement for my career. I don't think, to be honest, it didn't really cross my mind that much in that way. I'm just here to do what I need to do to get to my next level. And, that's obviously a grudge match. And that's exactly what that is. It's a money making grudge match that needs to happen. But besides that, I think this opponent is it's like Zamora. It's like, it's somebody that's difficult. It's someone that's seasoned. It's somebody that's going to test me. It's someone that needs to bring me, to my rebirth again and again in boxing. And I'm really just looking forward to doing what I feel like I should and need to do against my opponent.
Last time that you and Sinisa were both in the same arena, you guys had a back and forth. You guys are now on the same card. So I'm kind of expecting to see a little prelude of what that rematch could look like. Fight fans are asking for it. Hopefully next year we can see that.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think, to be honest with you, we actually just saw her with the last fight that happened with Mungia. And the it's not a thing. We invited her into the elevator with us. So nah, the whole the whole thing is kind of, to me, it's I think I'm more about it. But when it comes to all that, I think it'll be a good grudge match. I need to get my belts. I need to do what I need to do in my career. We're not even the same weight class anymore. So I need to definitely get my belt. She needs to do what she needs to do. And then Golden Boy can make a new belt, the baddest belt, and we can fight for that because it's a straight grudge match.
I love it. I love it. First, of course, you have December 18th. We can't wait to see you there, and then we'll see what the future holds. Marlen, thank you so much. Best of luck on December 18th.
Thank you.
I definitely can't wait to see that one on fight night. And now we're moving on to the second fighter being featured on the night from Team No Excuse in Washington, D.C., Lamont Roach Jr. Lamont, it's great to talk to you once again. We're really excited to see you back inside the ring, this time against a former world champion, Rene Alvarado. How excited and eager are you to get back into action?
I'm very excited and I'm very eager to get back in action, especially against the former world champ Rene Alvarado. He's only been removed, two fights removed from being a champion. So that's the type of level of competition that we would like to face, just to prove that that's where we belong. We want the big fights, and that's what stage we're on, a world class stage. So in this fight, I just want to prove that and that I'm ready for, again, once another title shot.
Well, we've seen you box and we've seen you brawl. We know that Rene Alvarado likes to come forward. So, what are we expecting to see from you? What do you have to do to come out victorious?
Well, you'll see just about every part of my game in this fight if I don't knock him out early. No, I'm not saying I'm going to, or that's what I'm gunning for, but Renee is known to be an easy target to hit, and he's right there for me. So I'll have a field day all night with him.
With that, if you knock him out, I'm gonna say that I'm expecting to see the brawler in you. And like I said, Alvarado, we expected to see him, come forward. So, are you expecting a war?
Am I expecting the war? I'll expect him to bring the war. My job is to win at all costs. If I can box him and do it with ease, I would definitely do that. And I have a little pop, so with that boxing might be a little, knockdown or two, or maybe even a knockout.
With the victory over Alvarado, do you feel that that can catapult you into a position to fight for a world title for the second time?
I definitely believe so. Rene Alvarado is ranked pretty high, especially in the WBA. Seems as though he only lost to Roger his last two fights in losing his title and in the rubber match. So and I actually took bits and pieces from that fight because I was literally front row for that fight. So I took a couple bits and pieces and might have added a couple things to my repertoire from what I saw.
All right, all right. Well, we're looking forward to see, putting that into the game plan for that night. Um, and of course, you're fighting in the super featherweight division. It's one of the hottest divisions in boxing right now. Where do you feel that Lamont Roach Jr. fits into that division with the top fighters and the champions?
I fit right in the mix. I should be right in the mix, in which I am. And I'll just prove that to be that I am better than a lot of those fighters, and that I should be facing those fighters after I beat Renee.
We look forward to seeing you back inside the ring. What message do you have for fight fans to catch this fight on the zone, or if they're nearby, go to the AT&T Center on December 18th and catch all the action?
Yeah, I definitely have a message for all the fans. Just stay tuned. Tune into the zone December 18th, and this fight might steal the show.
All right, there you go. The words of Lamont Roach Jr. Thank you so much. Best of luck.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it.
And now you know her as Superbad. In the night's co-main event, we have three-time world champion, one of the best pound for pound, still undefeated, from East Los, Ceniza Estrada. Champ, great to see you. It's always a pleasure to chat up with you. We look forward to seeing you inside the ring on December 18th. This time you'll be the co-main event for the Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez versus Yuneski Gonzalez fight on the zone. How excited are you to put up a great fight? Like I mentioned, highlighting that you're the co-main event.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm so excited to be the co-main event. This is exactly what women's boxing needs. We need main events and co-main events. So I just hope to continue to be a co-main event and even main event, and just represent women's boxing on December 18th. Yeah, I'm excited. It's been a great year so far. I fought for two world titles in two different weight divisions, and then I'm ending the year with a title defense for my minimum weight WBA world title. I'm fighting an opponent who's undefeated as well. So it's going to be a great matchup. And I'm so excited to just end the year with another win.
How can you put into words what kind of fight you're expecting, against Maria Santizo?
I'm expecting her to, come in to give it all she has, and to go in there and try to defeat me and take my bout for sure. She's 9-0, she's undefeated. She is a good fighter, so I'm gonna go in there as if I'm facing another world champion, not like if I'm just defending my title against somebody who I can overlook, because I don't overlook anybody. So I'm expecting her to go in there and try to take my belt for me. So I'm going to be 110% prepared to keep my belt that night.
We know that you have great boxing abilities, but we've also seen you brawl, and six out of your nine opponents you've actually stopped. Now, this opponent of yours, in Maria Santizo, her nickname is La Imparable, the Unstoppable. Do you think you might do something that she might have to change her last name at the end of that fight? Not her last name, her nickname.
Her nickname. I hope so. I prepare for every fight as if it's going to go the distance. But like you said, I can box, I can fight on the inside, I can do a lot of different things. So with this fight, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it just as it goes. So see what happens in the first round, fill it out, and I feel like I can just get the stoppage by just walking her down and throwing hard shots, and that's what I'm gonna do.
Today, you are arguably one of the best fighters, pound for pound. Do you have a goal in mind to become undisputed in any of your three different weight classes?
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely my goal. I want to be undisputed in all three weight classes. And we were hoping to have a unification fight in December, but unfortunately, because of just different circumstances, we weren't able to do that this fight. But I am going to have a unification fight at 105 pounds with Yocosta Valle, who is the 105-pound IBF champion. So we're going to unify for all those titles at 105 in, I believe, maybe March. Not too sure of the date yet, but it'll be my first fight of 2022. Will be a unification fight at 105 with her. So I'm excited about that. So with this fight, I just want to get this last fight out of the way with my opponent, and stay focused on that. And then knowing that I'll have my unification fight, the first fight of 2022. So I'm really excited about that. I'm looking forward to it.
We look forward to it too. Now, we understand that today, to be undisputed, you need four belts, but there's actually a fifth one that I'd like to mention. I talked to Marlen Esparza, and she says she wants to fight you for the baddest belt, the BBB. What do you think about that?
well, first, first of all, I don't refer to myself as a bad. I mean, she might refer to herself as a bitch because she is a bitch, but but not me. So I don't know about that title, but that's funny because she talks a big game on social media or in interviews. But when I saw her in person at the hotel last, I believe it was on Saturday, she had nothing to say. She didn't even want to make eye contact with me. So it's just funny how she's brave over interviews, but in person, she looks terrified.
I'll mention something that she mentioned on the interview. Again, her words. She said that at that hotel when she saw you, she said that you ain't about it. That she was like, you're not interested.
No, that's not true at all. Another one of Esparza lies. No, she wouldn't even make eye contact with me at all. So I could see the fear in her eyes. She doesn't want it. She talks a big game, like I said, over social media and in interviews, but in person, she's totally terrified. I think she thought I was going to push her again.
Do you realistically think that this fight will happen? This rematch will happen?
I believe so. Yeah, it'll definitely happen. I'm ready for it anytime. I know that she's probably trying to stall it for as long as she can, but I want it for sure. So I'll be ready anytime.
All right, and we're ready to see that one. But of course, before we move forward with any of those fights, we have December 18 going down. What message do you have for fight fans to not miss your fight?
Yeah, December 18th is going to be another great performance. So I'm looking forward to being the co-main event on DAZN, represent women's boxing as best as I can. So thank you guys for all the support. Thank you to all my fans. And tune in December 18th. It's going to be a great one.
Of course. Thank you, champ. Best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Can't wait for this. Sanisa always puts on a great show. You can get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. These fights are going down at the AT&T Center in San Antonio, Texas, so you don't want to miss that. And now it's time to speak to the promoter of this thrilling event, the president of Golden Boy, Eric Gomez. Eric, always a pleasure to talk to you. I know that every time I speak to you, it's because you're brewing up something exciting, just like this past weekend. Jaime Munguia, Gabe Rosado, what a show. Potential fight of the year. How happy and satisfied are you with that fight?
Thank you, Adriana. Thank you very much. And nice talking to you. Yeah, I mean, look, it exceeded all expectations. We knew it was going to be a good fight. Sometimes when you make matches like that, they look great on paper and then they don't end up living up to the hype. This one did, but it was from top to bottom. We had some really good fights on the undercard. I thought that Alexis Rocha looked very good. It was a very exciting fight. All the fights were good. Demetrius Ballard is back. He had a good win. So, Roberto did a great job with the matchmaking. And with Rosado, I want to commend Rosado because he came to fight. He's a veteran. He wanted to win that fight. And sometimes when you fight veterans, they're smart, they're crafty. They won't risk too much if they feel that they're in danger. But Rosado came and he really made that fight. So it was good overall. I'm very happy with the entire show.
And that was a total war, a classic Mexico-Puerto Rico war. And now we have another growing rivalry between Mexico and Cuba that we're going to actually be able to see on December 18 between Gilberto Ramirez and Yuneski Gonzalez. What kind of fight are you expecting to see, having said that? And then also, Zurdo, he's searching for greatness, trying to add to his legacy, trying to become the third Mexican champion to become a champion at 175. How close do you see him from achieving that?
Well, this fight actually was ordered by the WBA as a final eliminator. So we're very, very happy about that. Look, Zurdo's, he's been very vocal. He wants to fight Bibol. Bibol is probably the top fighter in that division, the top champion. This is one step closer. Gonzalez is a tough kid, big puncher, as you know. He can punch with both hands. So it's a dangerous fight. It's not that easy of a fight. But Zurdo's determined. He's undefeated. He wants to win that second title in a second weight division. So that's the target. I mean, he'll fight any of the world champions, but right now the one he really wants is Bivol.
And to get to that point, you think we're going to see, some action from him and Gonzalez?
Oh, definitely, because of the styles. Gonzalez is rugged. He's right in your face. He's a big puncher. You know he's going to come and try to knock out Zurdo, and Zurdo's the same. You know, he gets that, you know, jab working, and he's gotten a lot better, Zurdo, with his feints, his counter punching. It's going to be a terrific fight. Someone's going to get knocked out for sure.
And someone who will also be part of that card that also brings the action is Ceniza Estrada. You guys have helped her grow. She's a 3-time world champion. She's on her way to a superstar. You know, how proud of Ceniza are you in her progress?
I mean, she's great. She's great. We, you know, her name came up at the convention. I was just at the WBC convention, and not only is she probably the top female champion, you know, I mean, arguably because because of her skills, because of the titles she's won, but you really have to put her in all of boxing, and men included. She really is one of the top fighters in the world. She's got the skills, the speed, the power. She's very exciting each time she fights. You know, we're just going to keep building, keep building. She wants to go after different titles, eventually moving up in weight and challenging some of the other champions above her. That's her. You know, she wants to be great. She doesn't want to just settle with being a champion.
I agree. She's arguably one of the best pound for pound. And speaking of some of the best, we know that fight fans in San Antonio are some of the most passionate fans. So we're expecting a great crowd out there on December 18th. Talk to me about how special it is for Golden Boy to go back to San Antonio, Texas, you know, somewhere where Oscar De La Hoya fought, Julio Cesar Chavez. It's rich in history.
You know, Texas in general has great boxing fans, very educated with the sport. There's a rich history in boxing with Texas, but it's a little bit close to our hearts because Oscar had so much success there. He fought in San Antonio, he fought in El Paso. We've been there recently with Virgil Ortiz, Ryan Garcia in Dallas. It's great to be back in San Antonio. Whenever you put on great fights, championship level fights in San Antonio, the fans will come out. They'll support it. And we're looking for a big crowd December 18th.
And I know tickets are on sale. They can get their tickets at Ticketmaster.com. And if they can't make it, of course, on DAZN. Eric, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much. Best of luck.
Adriana, thank you very much. Looking forward to seeing you out there in San Antonio. Thank you for always supporting us, and we'll see you at the fights.
There we go. Thank you. And now, last but not least, the first ever Mexican super middleweight champion with the perfect undefeated record of 42-0, fighting out of Mazatlan, Mexico, in the night's main event, Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez. Zurdo, it's great to see you again. You know, we missed you in action for a while, but now you're fighting for the second time in 5 months. How key is this for you, for your career, for Golden Boy, to stay active in your prime?
Well, it's great for me because I've been like out of the ring like for a while, and then now I'm back. The last time it was great performance for me. This one will be great too, and I'm happy for that to be back in the ring, to be back in action.
And back in action against a Cuban fighter in Yuneski Gonzalez. Again, we have Mexico versus Cuba. What kind of fight are you expecting?
Well, I expect a explosive fight. It will be great because he come forward all the time, and I've been watching a couple of tapes from him, and all the times he came forward, never go back, and I mean it will be an exciting fight.
Well, you're 42-0. I know you're climbing and reaching for that goal of 51-0. How can you put into words what the perfect victory would be for you on December 18th?
Well, a perfect victory it could be another knockout, 29 knockout, and 43 wins, and almost 50. I want to get 55, 60 at least. And that I know that it will be an eliminator title fight. And it's great for me because I was expecting to fight for a title fight, but before he didn't sign the contract, and now this guy take his place. And I know that this guy wanna come like really prepared because he wanna take like this chance. He know that is his opportunity, and I wanna take advantage for this fight.
I know you expressed your disappointment that you weren't able to fight with Dimitri Bivol. You said that he didn't want to sign the contract, and now, but this is the eliminator, so now the winner has to face Dimitri Bivol. Do you feel that next year, 2022, is the year that Gilberto Ramirez fights for that WBA title?
Yeah, of course. I feel like it wanna be only title fight, unification fights, and is great because uh, I wanna finish the year with with a great shape and be back in 2022.
For this fight on December 18, you're going back to Texas. This is going to be in San Antonio, where we know fight fans come out, and they're some of the most passionate fight fans that you can find. How special is that for you to put up a show that you're looking for the knockout in Texas?
Well, it's really special for me because I've been fighting in San Antonio and in Houston. I've been there a couple of times, and people, I mean, they give me so much love, and I just wanna give a good fight and put a great performance. There's a lot of Mexican people there, and I mean, it's a great place to fight.
And speaking of these Mexican fans, let's give them a little something to understand because, like I mentioned, you're an expert now in English, pero también, claro, sabes español como todo mexicano. Un mensaje que le tienes a la afición de Texas, específicamente de San Antonio y todos los que te van a mirar por DAZN, ¿qué es lo que podemos esperar en tu pelea?
Pues una pelea explosiva. Muchas gracias a toda la gente por el gran apoyo incondicional que me brindan y pues español es mi primera lengua. De hecho aprendí inglés porque quería comunicarme con toda la gente también para que pues se pudieran entender mis palabras y estoy muy agradecido con el público, con toda la gente, con los latinos sobre todo. Muchas gracias.
En esta pelea será México contra Cuba. Ya mencionaste que buscarás el knockout. Así que esperas una pelea llena de acción.
Así es, va a ser emocionante esa noche porque pues Junieski siempre va hacia adelante, no retrocede y pelear hacia adelante también, entonces va a ser una pelea muy explosiva.
Y por último, siendo que esta pelea es para una eliminatoria para el título de la AMB, ¿el próximo año se convierte campeón por segunda vez, Zurdo Ramírez?
Así es, 2 divisiones. El próximo año va a ser solo título del mundo, eliminatorias, solo unificaciones. Entonces, estoy muy contento por eso, porque al fin se está llegando la fecha, se está llegando mi oportunidad y la voy a aprovechar al máximo.
Bueno, campeón, esperamos muy ansiosamente tu pelea este 18 de diciembre. Te deseo mucho éxito y muchísimas gracias. Thank you so much, champ. Best of luck on your fight night.
Muchísimas gracias, nos vemos en San Antonio, a toda la gente por allá, no se pueden perder la pelea. Muchas gracias por el apoyo.
All right, that does it from here at the Golden Boy Building in downtown Los Angeles. I'd like to thank everyone that joined me today. Don't forget, December 18th, it's going down at the AT&T Center in San Antonio, Texas. Zurdo Ramirez versus Yuneski Gonzalez live only on DAZN. This is brought to you by Golden Boy Promotions and sponsored by Hennessy and Bet Online. Get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. Goodbye, everyone.